Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of I Cast Fireball, an action play 5e D&D adventure where we go through the campaign Skulls and Shackles. I'm Thomas, your DM for this adventure, and around the table we have
Lieutenant Ignis Harkon,
Maximus Shans,
Chozo Lebec,
and Buster Bilgewater.
nothing like a seafaring pirate campaign. It wouldn't be complete without eventually going to the Fey realm, First World, and getting your captain back. So that's what our crew decided to do. Eventually making their way and hijacking other portals to other realms. They've made it. They've got it. They've made it big to the Fey realm. And they are looking for ways to find Ataraxia, their captain, but their dear friend. And after Max stumbled out of the forest, being lost in it for 2 hours, maybe a little bit of the seriousness of the chaotic nature of this world also setting in. So, with a night's rest hopefully ahead of them, we're going to jump into this week's episode of I Cast Fireball. And I say hopefully because we need to roll for what happens on each of these watches. So, I need everybody first to roll me a D6. Chozo.
4,
Ignis.
5.
Buster.
4.
And Max.
3.
Wow. All right. Ignis are taking first watch, yes?
Correct.
Let's have you roll a perception check.
Oh, that wasn't bad for Ignis. I think it's an 18.
Ooh, 18. Well.
A 19 minus 1.
There you go. Great perception for someone on watch in an unfamiliar realm, but a good roll. And Ignis, you are by the fire, and you know not to look into the fire, because if you look into the fire, you can't see the surrounding areas, right? Old IRL cowboy trick, so people say. Don't look directly into the flames, because then you can't see danger approaching you. And so you know not to, but out of the peripheral, it's interesting. This fire actually appears to have flittering creatures inside of it. And so just for a moment, you'd look at it, and it looks like there are these little fire sprites that are just sort of playing and dancing and lilting into the air as the heat rises them. And they're not interacting with you at all. And in fact, you don't even look at them long enough to acknowledge or to draw attention from them to you. You're worried about the tree line. And so you are doing a full 360 around you, as you don't really have a good backing other than this one solid boulder, that pond maybe. So you're doing a full 360 looking around. You don't hear anything other than just normal night noises, an unusual amount of leaves falling in the particular area where Max came from, but that's it. Nothing in particular. And so your watch goes without issue. Chozo, let's have you roll a perception roll, please.
That is a 4.
4. I have to say, IRL, second watch would be my nightmare, because when I fall asleep hard, and I usually can fall back asleep so quickly. And so actually, this is not related at all to the podcast, but it's about shifts. When we have a newborn, I'm always please can I take the first shift with the kid and just stay up as long as possible, because I'm a night owl. Because if I have to wake up and try to stay awake and then go back to sleep, it's just ruins my whole circadian rhythm. So Chozo, not to say that's what happens with your 4, right? But you're looking around.
Yeah, I don't have a circadian rhythm anymore. I've spent too many times on too many different planes.
There you go. You're like, what is sleep? What is night? What is day? And so you're just what would narratively do you think would be distracting Chozo, or maybe calling his attention that might justify a 4 perception roll here? What would be on your mind? What would be on your thoughts?
He's thinking about, now that we're actually here in the First World, what's going to happen when we find this kid? Because ostensibly his contract, as it were, with this crew is to help them find this satyr. And what happens then? That's what he's thinking about.
Gotcha. Cool. So you're just You're also thinking about I won't call them vestiges, but you're also looking for other vestiges, actually, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, that's kind of where I was before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I already found Taiki the Luck Thief, but I'm also looking for Mr. Joe the Master Puppet, and I haven't found him yet, so at some point, I gotta get back on that.
There you go. Cool. Ooh, that sounds like a cool vestige.
Yeah, when you bind to Mr. Joe, your skin just turns into wood, and you become a little Pinocchio.
Perfect.
Oh, there you go. How not horrifying. And so you are really in your brain, and you feel, though, fairly confident that your surroundings, like, this seems actually like a relatively safe area, quote-unquote safe area, as safe as the Fey realm can get. And Ned might be shocked at this, but nothing untoward happens during your watch, having that low perception roll. So, there you are.
Not that he knows.
Not that he knows, of course. We jump to Max. Max, let's have you roll a perception roll.
26.
26. There's the ranger. Max, you are looking around, and the fire is still going. It's due to Chozo's spark. You feel like maybe it's got like some magical flame to keep it aloft and not die down, right? So you're like, that's helpful. That's really nice, actually, because it is a bit chilly at parts. There's kind of like at times there's a cold breeze that seems to like overtake, almost like it's moving into winter, but then like half an hour later it gets warm again. It's that the unknowability of fall, right? Is this going to be a cold fall, or is it going to be like a warm fall? Like, you know, or where are we at in this transition period here? And it is a transition period for the forest. You see in your area that you were very confident that you went into the forest. The leaves do continue to fall, almost like pretty heavily from where you can even, or from your vantage point. While you're looking, you actually see in the water some just like something that you didn't realize before. There actually seems to be movement in the pond. Like, you could have sworn like this would have been like the type of movement that you see is almost similar to like a current, but it's a pond and there's no water source coming into it. It's just kind of like back, forth, and you kind of like key in on that, and later on you see at points almost seems like limbs seem to like crest the surface of the water before like sinking back down into the pond itself. You're aware and alert, but that's the extent of anything that happens on your watch. At the end of the 2 hours, we jump to Buster, who going to roll a perception roll. Buster,
Could I just take my passive perception and, because my passive perception is just 14, but
okay.
I don't feel like Buster would be super perceptive at the moment. He's
okay.
I think he'll spend the first hour still just readying his regular spells and casting water breathing on everybody ritually. And then I think just, I guess he's like kind of experimenting with his magic a little bit, seeing if it's still working. So like he's kind of just like rolling with like some cantrips and ritual spells and just kind of like seeing how it feels. Just relying on his passive like ability to perceive.
Yeah, absolutely you do. And you're able to cast some cantrips in your hand, like, and they work just as they worked before.
So confusing. Because I like in his head he's like I was certain I was told I needed to have a focus, like something to cast my magic through.
Yeah, absolutely. Confusing, right?
Yeah, he takes his scarf off and kind of sets it down and tries to cast Mage Hand.
Okay. You take your scarf down and you try to cast Mage Hand, and nothing happens.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It like begins, but it fizzles.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, haha, like you can kind of reach it, but like you can't pierce where the magic is, wherever it is for you, right? You're like
I'm casting the spell correctly, but it's not holding. It's not like...
And you could feel everything going through, but it gets to the door and the door's shut, you know?
Weird. Okay, he starts rolling his scarf up to wrap around. Apparently, this is my bookend focus now, I guess.
Wow.
By the way, Josh has no idea what net attached to that thing. I've completely forgotten. So I know that happened. I don't know what it is, what it looks like, or if it would be noticeable while I'm rolling my scarf around.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Your scarf is red with golden embroidery on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing that I added was my little binding trinket for Lexicon the First Word, which is a little quill cast from gold. So it probably would hide pretty well amongst the other glyphs.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you're putting the scarf on, you hear a woman's voice speak to you and go,
You're mighty impressive with that magic of yours.
Oh, no. Meredith?
Meredith!
That's not my name, but hello to you.
Where are you in my head?
I think I'm just right here.
and you look behind, you turn around, and there's a woman who is poking out of the pond.
Pond woman. Hello.
It's not my name.
Also not my name.
I've been called worse things. Hello.
Hello. I'm Buster.
Stop telling people your name.
It's not my real name. She said she's Pond Lady. I don't.
I didn't say.
He kicks.
She didn't say it. She's
He
like,
kicks.
That's not my name.
He kicks Tim. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
You go to Tim. Don't pull me down. I can't go down under.
Listen, Tim. We've got a visitor here. And Buster has a moment where he goes, "In the past, I would have just told Tim to go talk to her and see what happens. But instead he goes, listen, I'm going to talk to this lady. Keep her attention, if you wouldn't mind, quietly and, like, very not alarmingly, if you can, wake up everybody else."
Okay. He elbows Isabel. Get up! Get up! And
Is
you
that-
are gonna go talk to this lady.
Yeah, is this... he's just going to take, like, a couple steps forward, just to kind of, like...
Okay.
Position himself a little closer to just maintain her attention. Hands open. He doesn't want to take an aggressive stance. So are you, is this your, pond?
Yes, this is my pond. I live here. I have dominance over it, and I have to say, I'm really appreciative that you and your friends have not drunk from my waters without asking. Thank you.
Good. I mean, no, yes, absolutely. I have a deep respect for your element.
Well, you flatter me. That's very kind of you. I'm very, and you seem to have some good magical prowess.
I don't know if you heard me incanting the one with water and its waves.
It sounded beautiful.
Thank you. It's very kind.
Yes. I see the 6 of you over there. You seem a little worse for wear, it seems.
Is everybody waking up?
Yes. Tim has left Ignis last and looked towards Max to try to wake up
course.
Ignis. Actually, like, could you think she needs to be awake too? So, but yes, everyone has been woken up.
I hope...
Having a full night's rest, by the way. Everyone's full night's rest.
Yay!
Full spells. Just want to clarify.
I don't suppose we've even though we have not drinking of your water, I hope it's okay. We've bedded down nearby.
Yes, of course. I don't have any dominance outside of my waters here, so it is of no consequence to me. I see you probably have popped here rather unceremoniously. From another plane, I suppose.
Yeah, the labyrinth, Arzul or whatever, Earth guy.
Oh, Earth. No, wouldn't know anything about that. Sometimes we do get random travelers popping in around here, and I've had to punish some of them for dipping into my waters without asking.
You wouldn't have had to happen to seen a young satyr anytime in the last
satyr.
week or two, or I don't know, maybe longer.
I mean, how young were you speaking?
like 13 years old.
Oh, last week you say?
Horns, bandana on his head. Doesn't have a dad.
Well, I don't know about the last part, but certainly the first couple parts, yes, absolutely.
You have?
Yes, but not in the last week.
When?
Oh, I think it's,
Buster takes a full 5 step closer to this water woman.
I think it's been, a whole change of seasons? Yes, about a year or so.
A year? How did
Yes, I
how
believe so.
was he? How did he look? What was what did he say?
Pretty happy. I mean, we didn't talk much. He just sort of was like, "Hey, what's your name? I can't give you mine because, everything I've heard about the Fey realm, I'm a bit unsure of." And I'm like, smart kid.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, he is. Oh man, guys. He kind of turns his back to the water lady and he just goes, "She saw the captain a year ago."
A year? Are you sure it was the captain? It was Ataraxia. He's
He's just gesturing them forward. He didn't tell her his name. Good job, Ignis. And then he turns around, like legitimately a little annoyed.
As Mickey just said, stop telling people your name.
Oh, how the turntables.
Well. How the turntables? Yes.
Buster does literally go. He goes. Good job, Ignis. And then he turns around.
Love it.
Oh, Mickey, that's an inspiration. That's just a fun moment.
She's gone. She's
She's
absolutely gone.
We've lost her.
I was so
lost her.
intentional not to say ataraxia while talking to this lady.
Oh, that's so good.
My captain talked to a water person before. The new captain, not the old one. The young
sorry.
13-year-old.
I thought I got a little confused there. Hello, everybody. It's nice to meet you.
We're pirates.
I don't know what that is, but that young.
Love water. Big fans of
Well, then,
your work.
aren't we just all friends here? Then isn't that
Yes.
great?
Do you know Ghost Ray?
Uh,
God of the sea and storm.
Oh no, I only know the Lantern King. Really, I mean, being in his realm and all. So
Did Max share Lantern King info with us at all?
I thought everyone was asleep by the time I got back.
Yeah, I mean Buster was.
Yeah. So Max is going to hold on to it till the morning.
Lantern King. I mean a king. The kid, the satyr kid.
yes, a
You
kid
said
in
he-
multiple ways, maybe. No, anyway, sorry. Go on.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe that's offensive. I don't know. Was he alone?
Yes, he was. He was just by himself. Said he had to find his mother. Felt that she was calling to him, and he was drawn.
Where?
Where did he go?
Goodness, I think he went. Yes, that way.
Inside check.
And she just points in one of the 360-degree ways of the forest, which have no distinguishing features between one tree and the other.
Did he say where he was looking for his mother?
No, you can roll an insight check if you'd like.
Insight check. What did I get? I don't think it rolled. Hang on.
Digital dice. Why you not rolling?
Yeah, why? It's making this.
make
It's
sure
making the.
you-
It's making the sound. The sound of a roll. Oh wait, it's rolling. Shoot. Okay. First one was a. I did 3 insights.
Just the last one then.
The 14, I think, is the first.
14.
Was the first
Okay.
one.
Okay, first one, 14. Great. Yeah, as you look at this woman, this creature, she seems very cheery, very chipper. She is, I forgot to mention, she's comprised almost entirely of water. So she's not like she doesn't have like seemingly flesh of any kind. She's just a magical being, if you will. But she does have very distinct human features as she's speaking to you. Hair, eyes, lips, and like the form of like a face with like hands, and like she's making these humanoid gestures and speaking to you in common. So, but she just seems like to have a very friendly attitude towards you. You don't sense guile from her, or you don't sense trickery.
I mean, he's gonna look at Max. He goes, I don't trust my instincts but it sounds like she saw Ataraxia a year ago, and he was still a kid.
Yes, I would. She has no reason to fool us. She hasn't offered a deal or anything that we've been told is the standard trickery of this realm, so...
And I didn't say anything about looking for his mom. She brought that up.
I don't see any
Did you
reason...
send him to this Lantern King that you were talking about?
I didn't. I mean, I said if anybody would know and be able to do anything, because he also mentioned something about a curse, and I said, well, the eldest probably would be one of them to deal with it. And if you're feeling drawn to this area, I mean, I said that's quite a drastic place to look, but most likely probably where to look. So, I mean, I just pointed him in that direction. I mean, do you six all mean to go after him then?
We don't need to tell you that, right? Like, we don't need to answer that question.
You don't have to. I just, as I mentioned, I was very appreciative of how respectful you all were. I'd like to offer you some of my waters for your journey, with no strings attached, and be willing to make a vow on it if you will.
It's a very... Buster looks at Max. It's a very nice offer. Then he looks at Chozo. He goes, and we're having to...
We're going to go on our way. We're going to wish you the best of luck with all of your endeavors here in this forest. You have been very kind. And I hope that your goals are met by perhaps another group of travelers.
As Chozo pipes in, she gets a bit sad. She's like,
Well, I suppose you can't be too careful in the Fey realm. Yes, very well, of course. Well, it was nice to meet you, Buster, and I hope you find your captain, Ataraxia.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
Pond Lady. It's Pond Lady.
Well, sure, I suppose, but I'm grateful to have met you.
If you tell us your name, I'll take a cup of your order.
No, Max.
Excuse me?
He
looks at Buster.
Sorry, Captain. Sorry,
Captain.
Sorry, Captain. Sorry.
I truly was offering my water without contract, so you're free to take it. I have gained no benefit of you taking my water. In fact, I'd lose a bit of me. So, but if that's your choice, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.
Thank you, Buster, by the way, for letting her know my name.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
and she
We went through the whole
falls
party.
into the water.
We went through the whole party. Except for Chozo.
and Tim.
Yes. I should let all of you know, while I travel through the Fey realm, I go by Pika.
Pika.
Pika Hudsoni, the scientific name for the black-billed magpie.
Of course.
Oh, well, there you go.
I think that is wise advice for
Pika.
us all. As he looks at Buster
take
and
a-
Ignis.
Everybody take a Pika. It'll last longer.
We need different names for this realm. Helmsman?
This is not my actual
What's
name.
your name?
Buster isn't my actual name.
It's what everybody knows you as. If that's not a name, I
No.
don't know what is. So what shall we call you? First mate?
Yeah, whoa. Oh, not.
Yeah, I'm talking first mate.
Buster's like, oh, didn't mean to.
It's been so long
overstep
since
my
I had a full
bounds."
night's sleep, guys. That's weird. I don't know what to do with all this energy.
So well rested.
And you're unshackled from these chains that had bound you down.
I slept on the ground, and it was great.
What a concept.
Ignis will look at Max, and she told Buster this, but she didn't tell anybody else this. She just looks at him and goes, "My Ignis Harkon isn't a name; it's a description. But I can give it some thought if that's what you want. If it's an order, Captain."
I think it's wise, yes.
I'll go by Bill, says Tim. And then Isabel pipes up and she goes, Is? That's probably an easy way to remember my name. Oh, yeah, I should have My name's not too long, so I had to come up with a new one. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Pika is Bill. Buster, I guess, right? Okay, cool. And, Captain? Should we just call you Captain?
Crunch. Captain Crunch.
Nope. Don't want that one.
Trademark?
Captain Chew.
Just call me Sax.
Captain True. Sax. All right.
Easy to remember.
Buster, are you gonna stick by Buster?
I mean, yeah, I could stick with Buster. Or, I mean, I guess. Buster's trying to think of somebody he doesn't like that we've met.
Who's the guy you shot lightning through?
Yeah, he's dead,
Ratline.
though. He's dead, though. Ratline's dead.
Dead
you know
Tom's
what?
always been dead.
Yeah, you guys-
Or dead Tom's always been dead. That's why
You
he's
guys can
called
call
Dead Tom.
No, Buster's fine. Buster's fine. He almost thinks to have everybody call him Wesley, but then he's like, no.
No.
I'm,
Can't do that.
Don't pull Wesley into this.
no, I'm
Oh.
I will stick with Buster. It is not my real name. And I have
Not
always
soup sludge sug soup.
I have
slug
always
soup.
believed that my real name is Bartholomew. So I'm not gonna I know Buster is a moniker.
Understood.
Interesting.
Great.
Ignis, as she's thinking and everyone is proposing names, the veil between the mortal plane and Rolterra's echoes have thinned the more and more jumps that they've made to the point that they're almost corporeal to her all the time now. And as she's seeing all these different threads fading in and out, she'll kind of reach out and play with them a little bit, almost plucking them. And then she'll propose the name, how about Echo? That's what I create.
Echo.
Echo. All right. Okay. Their real names at all. Okay. Sax. Echo. Buster's nice. Pika. These are some scientific backing. Bill and Iz. Okay. I think we're good. We're good.
Oh, it's Bill? I thought you said it was Bob. Gosh darn.
That's Bill.
Bill Bob. I'll respond
and
to
then
either,
Jake's
okay?
called him
Just
Tom, and he's
has a face that I have a hard time remembering the name of. I'm so sorry.
He was gone before the
it's
song.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's like
all right.
if bread was a person.
Very nourishing.
bread was a person. That is a D&D quote. It's like if bread were a person.
Vanilla. A
All
vanilla.
right. All right. Max, lead on,
Sure.
I suppose.
We'll go in the direction in which the water creature pointed.
Great. You leave this clearing and you head into the wood. I need everybody to roll a survival check, but Max gets advantage on the survival check.
I got a big old +0. Oh,
We'll start with Buster.
18 straight.
Ooh, very nice. Chozo.
A modded 20.
hey.
Ooh. Max.
16.
With advantage?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled. Both of them were below 10.
Okay. And Ignis.
Yeah, 15 with a -1. Wow. Or sorry, 16 with a -1 is 15.
Everybody above a
Chozo
15.
knows where we're going. He's got it.
You know what? Chozo being like, at times, if I may offer my expertness and expertise to help Max in this, none of you get lost in the forest. None of you get separated. You all are within a few feet of each other. And Tim and Bob, and Iz are
Bob
in the
Baggins.
middle. Bill Bob Baggins. Yep. He's clutching his ring. They're in the middle of the crew while you all are flanking him, looking around. What are each of you looking for as you travel through the forest? We'll start with Ignis. What are you looking for as you see these trees? It just seems to be forest for as far as the eye can see, and the landscape doesn't seem to change that much. A few minutes in, you look behind you and you can't even you're like, this doesn't, I couldn't even tell that we walked in from this location. What is going through Ignis's mind as she's looking for stuff?
Interestingly, I was going to say maybe instead of looking forward, she was looking behind. That since they were just in a magical labyrinth and the forest of the Feywild and from the book that she'd picked up in the Portavolo talked about an ever-changing forest, maybe the way forward is actually behind them. That the everything shifts, and so she's maybe looking for something new to appear behind them, a clearing, a tower, a pillar of smoke, that maybe the way forward is actually backwards.
Interesting thought with the background and what you've written down. You're definitely keeping your head on a swivel, it seems like. Like, hey, maybe once we start going back, will actually take us to where we need to go, right? Okay. I like, good to know that that's sort of like the mindset of Ignis right now. Let's go to Chozo. Well, let's jump to Max. Let's jump to Max here on, like, what are you looking for as you're leading, getting occasional expert advice from Chozo from time to time. But what are you looking for, Max?
Max is actually not looking for anything in particular. Max is trying to clue in very much on listening. Because the whole facts that he's been told about the Lantern King is also laughing and laughter. And Max is trying to clue in on any out-of-place sounds in a forest, particularly not the voices of those with us, but maybe of other things.
All right. I will have, what's your passive perception then with that knowledge? I think it's high. It's like 19, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll use your passive perception. I think it's very thematically appropriate right now, instead of making you roll for it, while we continue to go through the rest of the party of what each of them are looking for. Chozo, now we'll go to you. What are you looking for as you're giving this advice to Max from time to time, having been in the Feywild and now making your way through the thick of the wood?
I am looking for any evidence that we are actually physically moving forward through this space and that it's not just an illusion around us or some kind of weird, surreal video game situation where you have to turn around and go back through the door that you just came in to actually progress.
Gotcha. I'll have you roll an investigation check then, Chozo.
Love that. That's a modded 20 again.
Modded 20. Oh, hot dice. Chozo, you're like, all right, I'm going to put this here. And you're just like surreptitiously making marks. Some of them are magical. Like at some point, like we'll say through your affiliation with some of your vestiges, you're able to like mark the air and just like sort of like make like a small like cut or like brush stroke and leave a hue in the air that lasts for an hour, right? And as you go forward, you don't come across those hues and you're like kind of cluing into the ground, being like, all right, noticing if any patterns repeat themselves, right? Travel for an hour and it doesn't appear that there is any sort of like repetition. You look back after the occasional times you make marks, and they do seem to be fading back behind you. As you like kind of turn around, you're like, all right, is that color like going behind us? Yes. Okay, cool. We're going to do the same thing in 10 minutes, you know? Like, okay, yes. Okay, we are moving away from it. Yes. So like it does appear that movement is happening here, which you're like, whew, all right. First major obstacle of the Feywild overcome. Hooray.
Yeah.
We're actually doing something.
Okay. I think another thing I would like to do at some point, how tall would we say the trees are around us?
Good question. How I'm imagining where you are, well, it is fall. It is fall. It'd be different if it were like a summer or like a late spring. Okay. Yeah, you can see the tops of the trees. I was imagining sort of like a dense like foliage above you, but fall. Leaves are falling. Therefore, you have to see through into the sky, which is helpful to you. Some of these trees are very tall. It could be perspective, though, but some of them appear not nightmarishly tall. That's the word that comes into my brain, but it's like that doesn't quite make sense. It's just they're very looming, though, and you're like, ooh, that seems daunting to try to climb. But you know, perspective might be a weird thing. So there do seem to be an average of like, okay, that looks like 60 feet up.
Yeah, perspective being a relative thing. To somebody who can Misty Step at will because Corrine the Displaced is still borrowing my joints, I think at some point, like good old Bilbo in Mirkwood, I am going to kind of pause and I'm just going to Misty Step my way up to the top of the tallest tree nearby that I can find and try and get some kind of glimpse of how much further this forest is going to keep going for. Is there anything breaking up the horizon?
Okay. Ooh, this is very interesting. Yeah. And it does take you a bit. You're like, okay, will this tree ever end? And it looks like after spending a significant portion just like misty stepping, making sure you're not going to fall, not being able to see the ground below you, and you're like, oh gosh, you get to the top of this tree and realize, oh, this is only 100 feet tall. But it is, and so you look down and you're like, oh, I do see the ground. It's far away, but it does appear to be the tallest tree where you currently are. And so you are able to kind of look over this landscape, and you are able to see Chozo. This is you've seen it a couple times, right? And you don't stay up here too long to expose yourself to, the dangers of up here or to make yourself known, but it is very beautiful to look out amongst the Feywild, the first world, if you will, and to see just how impossible it works together. You see a distinct break on the far left from where you are, from autumn to summer, right? You see in the sky that there are rocks that are floating around each other, which almost seem to be encompassing this palace structure, but it just seemed to appear like ruins, and the ruins seem to be falling apart and then coming back together. You see far, you are very familiar with it, the waterfall that moves upward instead of down, to where it's going into the sky before cresting over a mountain, and the water flows the opposite direction away from gravity, as the material world would describe it, but to where gravity would be inverted in instances. It is just, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's all the most fantastical pieces of Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Kart World all in one.
Jeez.
Oh, there you go. You see Rainbow World and go, wahoo!
I'm gonna win.
As you look off and you're like, how far is this forest? It doesn't look like there is much to this forest, but from where the direction you currently are heading doesn't appear to be leading you to possibly the area you want to go. There appears to be a village of sorts east of your current location. You're heading, we'll call it east, to the right, but for our sake, we're going to use Cartesian so we don't get confused IRL. East of where you currently are at. Okay, and if you head directly east, chances are, as long as weird, wacky things don't happen, you'll actually get there. And, but heading in that direction at the very least will get you closer to this small village. Now, this village appears to have structures, some of them being very large, almost like manor house-like structures, but you can't glean if there are any people living there currently, or what the residents are, what they're doing. So, just something to be aware of. But you're like, hey, instead of going into the forest in perpetuity, maybe we go over here. Just thought.
Something to break up the monotony at least. Maybe find some people who could give us a bit more info about this weird forest.
Okay, yep.
Yes, I will glide my way back down and share this information with my friends.
The information is shared.
So, do we try to meet these new people, or do we just keep going?
I mean, do you know anything else about this Lantern King, Chozo?
I heard once that he really likes the witch market. It's kind of a traveling market of expats from Galarian here in the First World. Not too much aside from that.
Why does he like the expat market?
Who can say? He is a being of pure whim.
Pure wit. He's a trickster.
Yes, to my knowledge.
I could summon a trickster.
You're wanting to try and just summon the Lantern King?
I don't know. I mean, if he's a king, I imagine he's too powerful for me to summon. But I assume if he's a powerful being in this area, and I'm able to get a hold of a tricky, fey creature, could give us more detailed information, or even set up a meet and greet. I don't know. But like the wino is a mirthful spirit, but I can also summon tricky spirits.
I mean, from what we understand, he's obviously a very powerful being controlling the area. He is connected to laughter, and also...
How do you know that?
I talk to trees. And he...
Do they talk back to you, Max?
Buster's looking at all the trees around them like...
talk
there's a painted wagon reference right there.
Just to be clear, we are currently in the only place where you don't need to cast a spell to talk to a tree.
Yeah, but I think it shows respect that you're willing to go there.
Meet them halfway at least.
There you go. There you go.
Definitely worthwhile.
Oh, Max, that's an inspiration. That's
already have inspiration.
If
Darn it. Oh, no.
if our inspiration from Pond Lady can be trusted, the Lantern King is our only connection to Ataraxia. I don't feel like these
Right.
other people would have anything to do, so anything that could get us closer to the Lantern King, it's already been a
He
year.
enjoys mischief
We gotta
and
find him.
trickery. So, it is a possibility.
So what, you're going to pull pranks?
I mean,
Buster trips Bill.
That made Ignis
starts-
feel better, yeah.
Bill starts to raise his hand, and as he raises his hand, Buster, you're like, oh, okay. And you trip him, like push him and trip, and he goes, ah!
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Complain about the food. Sorry.
Takes 1 point of psychic damage.
This is my
I was
I pick it
better
back
off
up.
stuck in time and space.
Leave me with
I
those
mean-
gibbering mouthers.
Oh, yeah.
Ataraxia would go towards people. He would, if he knew there was a village, he'd go there, because better chance maybe his mom was there. I think that would be his instinct.
Right now,
You say there's a village, I say
right now
that's
we
our
don't
best
know
bet.
where we're going. That gives us a direction. I agree.
So you say we go, Captain, to the village?
Head towards the village.
Let's go.
All right.
As we walk on, Buster's like, maybe this won't happen, but he's gonna like shoulder up to Chozo, and just say, listen, we care a lot about this kid. If he's in the village, if we find him, you may want to like just stay back a little bit, let us have a minute to talk to him. Might be kind of weird if you like jump in at the same time.
Yes, I am a lot to take in.
He'll love you. I mean, he'll love. And Buster kind of like waves a hand through the empty joint socket, like absolutely get a kick out of this. I mean,
Also give IRL Ned not having to do 2 characters at once.
yeah, no, that was.
Heaven forbid.
that's
Can you
fourth wall
imagine
breaking
somebody
is all
having to
usually ever
talk to
get.
themselves?
Yeah.
I do that enough, IRL.
While we walk to the village, Max also just makes sure to inform everybody about the other dangers that were specified, the time bubbles, if you will, or time, changes that can drastically happen, to be watching out for that as well.
Max, as you continue to, as you like share the information, you actually do hear directly in front of you as you've headed east, as we've established. You hear some talking, but I'll say in particular, you hear laughing ahead of you. You hear, and you're the only one that appears to hear it at first, but it appears that the village, as you start to walk up to it, seems to be buzzing with conversation and laughter, but definitely all of you start to hear peddlers, people spouting their wares. You hear some just shouting, "Come and get it! Come and get some!" In a variety of voices. Some clear and crystal, some melodious, some very harsh, and some in languages that none of you are familiar with. And as you break through the clearing, there is a just market in front of you. And it's like, oh, people. And some of you go, oh, crap, people. Because although there's like a couple hundred, maybe actually like 500 people like milling about in this large village, not all of them appear to be humanoid or friendly. In fact, you see a significant portion of them. Sorry, I say significant. Of 500 people, there's maybe like a dozen or so hags that are like by covered wagons with their doors open, their wares displayed. Some of them appear to be dealing with elves. Some appear to be laughing with gnomes. But most of them are fey creatures. Like they just spout about. And there appears to be in gold gilded writing above the entirety of the market, just the words "Witch Market," as Chozo mentioned before. They and Chozo.
Which market? This market.
This market.
There you go. Oh, you made Jacob roll his eyes into the back of his head.
As there's like prestidigitation with like little fireworks and like shining, shimmering above the in the golden light. There's one elf that pops up to you and goes, "Ah, you six adventurers, I see. Welcome to the Witch Market. May I interest you in some wares that we have over here? We have masks, we have jewelry, we have clothing to try on to help you." He puts his hand to his mouth. "Blend in with the locals, if you will. I would be happy to show you around and distribute, or maybe make a deal, if you will. Maybe we could come to a... is there anything that you need, anything that you desire, anything that I could aid you with here? We are a market after all." And as he just gets done speaking, there's a gnome that pops up literally from the ground. "Oh, leave them be, Latharis. Look, what you're really needing is you'll need some mechanical work from me. I've got bips, I got bobs, I've got who's and what's it's for all of you." And he starts like pulling out like these. Creations of gears and like a clockwork. And he's got two of them in his hands and he goes, "Hold on a minute." And he like puts them on a shelf, but he like puts them in the air and they just like start to rotate on their own, like they're levitating while he's rifling through his coat as well. I know it's right here somewhere. And the elf goes, "Grimble, I saw them first. Please allow me to conduct our transactions first." There seems to be fresh customers, almost predatory, like, "Hey, let's see if we can try to get something from these new people who have not been traveling to the market here." And so there's Chozo in particular. You're like, maybe we should just start moving and not necessarily be caught up in this conversation here. So like someone who's you pipe in and you excuse yourselves while you continue, like maybe next time as you walk through the market.
As we're walking through the market, Ignis will be to Chozo. "Do we need to change our clothes? Do we need to, like I said, we need to blend in? Do we need to blend in here in the Feywild?" Then they're all in pirate gear, and that is not Feywild. Is that a thing in the Feywild that they'll stand out, or you need to blend in more in the Feywild?
I think, generously speaking, Chozo just kind of like gestures at everyone and says, "I have never been particularly concerned with blending in myself, and neither has anybody in this village."
Great. I just didn't make sure that we didn't need like a shopping episode that we were like, oh, actually,
it was a sales tactic.
We probably do need to stop and get some. You know what I'm saying?
But if you are looking for a new tunic, perhaps there are many fine shops around here.
What about a wizard's staff? Do you think anybody sells wizard staffs here?
Oh, there are people who will sell you fake wizard staffs for sure, but if we're lucky, we might find one who actually has an authentic wizard staff.
Yeah. I mean, I used like a shepherd's crook before. I don't think it needs to be, crazy.
Yes, I mean, this market, it has a way of traveling across the plains and collecting things of value from unsuspecting people on the material world and bringing it back to here. So, I mean, you could find practically anything you wish here.
Real quick, Thomas, is there anybody selling pipe smoke that makes images for you as you smoke it?
You could certainly investigate to see and try to nail that down if you'd like.
Buster is absolutely getting distracted by all the things to purchase and all the...
There are so many interesting and real things here to buy as well. Real in game, not IRL. That'd be awesome. No, but like there's like crazy like, okay, that's actually like a real thing he just did in front of me. Like that's crazy. Like this seems like you really could, as Chozo said, you could find anything here.
I mean, look at this. It is a dartboard, and one of the sets of darts are normal, and the others always go to the bullseye.
Go back.
I just had a moment in my head where I was like, did Ataraxia have the dartboard? Could he have sold the dartboard here?
Oh, listen, I could not begin to tell you just how much I love the game of darts. It is a fine thing. Anybody who pursues this hobby, I must give them my praise.
Yes.
It's a good game. It's an okay game. It's not the best game, but it's not a bad
Max, roll a with your passive perception. Actually, through the crowd, you're like, all right, let's focus in. Right, I'm the leader. I'm trying not to get distracted. There's a lot of possible monsters that we could get overwhelmed with. There appears to be some neutrality, some truce here, right? To where, like, we don't start anything. These hags probably are not going to start anything with us, or like this, this minotaur over there that's in this forge. Like there's, and you're just looking around. You're like, okay, feeling fairly safe and secure in public for the time being. Let's just open our eyes. As you open your eyes, you're just taking it all in. There's a satyr there. There's an elf there. There's a human there. Fey, hag. But you see a familiar headband.
No.
Walking through the crowd, away from you. And one that you could never forget, for it's only been but a few weeks for you. And you push through the crowd. You start to move through without telling your party, and Bill and Iz, they're trying to keep close behind as they're getting pulled in for like conversations to buy stuff as well. And as you push through, you're a few people away. You're a few people away, and you grab the shoulder of the satyr who the headband is around, and you turn them around, grab their shoulders. And you see a familiar face with your older features having gone through a big growth physically and appears mentally as well. You stare back at the face of your captain, Ataraxia.
Hey, Mom?
Yes, hon. Yes.
You want to meet my friends?
Buster's ears go wild as he hears that voice. And he immediately starts ignoring the person that had like fried bread with powdered sugar on it, and just darts.
And the three of you push through the crowd, and you see an older Ataraxia, and bustling towards Ataraxia with like a basket under her arms, a female older satyr woman goes, "Dear, are these the?" And Ataraxia, you just sort of nod your head to her as you, Ataraxia, and your mom look back at the three members of the crew, Buster, Max, and Ignis, in this busy street as there are people and bodies milling about you. The five of you stand still as time seems to pause, this relief waving over you, having reunited and found each other. That is where we're going to end this week's episode of I Cast Fireball.
the luckiest people on this plane of existence, or what? First day in the Feywild.
Hey.
I thought for sure it was going to be Wino. I thought for sure it was going to be like, you see it, and it's actually Wino.
I'm still half convinced that this is just the Lantern King or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretending to be Ataraxia.
Me too. This is going to be him. First day in the Feywild.
sensed your emotions and pulled on them.
Don't trust anything.
Oh man, we're in the witch market and we have found Ataraxia, despite our players not believing that. We are.
I believe it a little
We've
less
done
now
it.
that he just said it like that.
We did it, folks.
Inside
We're
check.
in the Feywild. Man, inside check to the DM. We'll figure out the result of that roll next time. Players, thank you so much. Ned, Jacob, Josh, and Mickey, thank you. And listeners, thank you for joining us. And we're finally reunited with our captain. A little bit older, probably a little bit wiser, but reunited with his mom.
Don't say it unless you mean it.
Let's, if you want to shout out what your theories are about Ataraxia, is this the Lantern King? What's going to happen in the witch market? Is Bill and Iz going to make a weird deal in the witch market as well? Let's go ahead and have those suggestions written in so I can use them in our next couple sessions. And you can also shoot out to us at ICASTFireball20 at our Instagram, our TikTok, our social medias that we've got. But we've also got our Patreon, which you can jump into on patreon.com with our Discord. And you can chat with us on the daily and at me there and give your suggestions as well. Now, we've also got our sister podcast, Improv Tabletop. You can at them on their Patreon exclusive Discord and talk about their fun Patreon exclusive campaign that they've got going on of Strahd coming to haunt them in real life, supposedly in Fate Accelerated. It's going to be fun. But they've also got their main, just regular campaign that they've got going on over there, which is Legos in a Monster of the Week, literally Monster of the Week TTRPG style game. And it's just fun, chaotic, light horror fun, right, Ned?
Yeah. Based on when this episode is getting released, we're probably getting pretty close to wrapping that one up as well.
Ooh, so if you don't like starting something until it's close to being done so you can binge it, now might be the time.
And I just started listening
give
to
it
The
a
Name
listen.
of the Wind today, so obviously I don't care about that.
Ned, I just finished that book for like the second time.
Oh, dude.
Like today.
There you go. There you go. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your DM, and around the table we have...
Lieutenant Ignis Harkon.
Maximus Shuns.
Chozo Lebec, Ataraxia Kalian.
And Buster Bilgewater.
Let's keep that fire going, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.